The specific orders to drop the atomic bombs were given by the U.S. military. On August 6, 1945, the B-29 bomber named Enola Gay, piloted by Colonel Paul Tibbets, dropped the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were carried out by the United States bomb Little Boy on Hiroshima. 3 days later, on August 9, another B-29 bomber named Bockscar, piloted by Major Charles Sweeney, dropped the atomic bomb Fat Man on Nagasaki. It is important to note that the decision to use atomic weapons and the responsibility for the bombings have been subjects of historical and moral debate. The bombings resulted in massive loss of civilian life and raised questions about the ethical implications of using such destructive weapons. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were two devastating events that occurred during World War II. Here is some information about these bombings. 1. Hiroshima. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb codenamed Little Boy on the city of Hiroshima, Japan. 1. The bomb was dropped from an American B-29 bomber named Enola Gay. 1. The explosion and its immediate aftermath resulted in the deaths of an estimated 70,000 to 80,000 people, with tens of thousands more dying later due to injuries and radiation exposure. 2. Nagasaki. 3 days later, on August 9, 1945, the United States dropped a second atomic bomb codenamed Fat Man on the city of Nagasaki. 2. The bomb was dropped by a B-29 bomber named Bockscar. 2. The explosion and its aftermath caused the deaths of approximately 40,000 people, with thousands more succumbing to their injuries and radiation exposure in the following years. The bombings had several immediate and long-term effects. 1. Human casualties. The immediate death tolls in both cities were staggering. 1. Thousands of people were killed instantly by the intense heat, blast effects, and radiation. 1. Many more suffered severe injuries and developed long-term health issues due to radiation exposure. 2. Destruction. The bombings resulted in the complete or partial destruction of both cities, including residential areas, industrial infrastructure, and cultural landmarks. 2. The bombings leveled buildings and ignited fires that further ravaged the cities. 3. Surrender of Japan. The atomic bombings, along with the Soviet Union's declaration of war on Japan, played a significant role in Japan's decision to surrender. 3. On August 15, 1945, Emperor Hirohito announced Japan's surrender, effectively ending World War II. 4. Nuclear arms race. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked the first and, so far, the only use of nuclear weapons in warfare. 4. This event prompted increased global concern about the devastating potential of nuclear weapons, leading to the subsequent arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. 5. Nuclear nonproliferation. The bombings also fueled international efforts to prevent the proliferation of nuclear weapons. 5. It contributed to the establishment of the Treaty on the Nonproliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, in 1968, which aimed to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, encourage disarmament, and promote the peaceful use of nuclear energy. It's important to note that the bombings remain a topic of historical debate and ethical discussions due to the immense loss of life and the long-lasting effects of radiation. The decision to use atomic bombs against civilian populations is a highly controversial issue that continues to be scrutinized by scholars, policymakers, and the public.